Hi guys and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm trying out the Chanel 2024 holiday collection, and this is the collection that I look forward to every single year from Chanel because usually they just hit it out the park and all the products just look so good. So this year I decided to pick up some pieces from the collection. Now, not everything was drawn to me straight away. It looks very different to any other holiday collection that they have out there, and if you have seen videos then you'll probably know exactly what I'm talking about, but I haven't seen any reviews on this collection. I haven't seen any photos or swatches. All I've seen is on the website what they look like. So this is a complete first impression for me. So I know that I have done quite a few Chanel videos in one go, like video after video, and it has been a long time since I've sat down and filmed, but that's because I'm actually in the middle of selling my house, so I haven't actually had any chance to sit down and film and actually edit any videos, so that is why it's taken a very long time since I've last done a video. So anyway, I have everything in this box right here from the Chanel Holiday 2024 collection, and like I said, this is a collection that I look forward to every single year. If you've seen my previous Chanel video, which was on the full collection, you know that was very hit and miss. There were things that I liked, things that I didn't like. I actually ended up returning. Half of the items that I featured in the video, I didn't use them because I knew I was going to return them as soon as I saw them. But their collections at the moment seem to be very hit and miss. There are some products I absolutely love, some things that I just don't like, but this collection actually looks very beautiful. I'm hoping it's going to be as good as the last collections because the last collection's pigmentation is really, really good. So I'm hoping that it's going to be exactly the same for this collection. So anyway, if you want to see me try out the Chanel Holiday 2024 collection, then just keep watching. So I've zoomed in a little bit more so we can see what the products look like as they go on the skin, because I don't know about you, but when I'm watching videos I like to see how things look up close, because from far away they can look pretty much perfect, but then up close you can really see the nitty gritty and see what the skin texture looks like. I don't have the most perfect skin. I have a lot of texture on my skin, have very large pores as well. As you can see, all I've done is put on my foundation, my concealer under my brows. Everything else I don't have on because I'm going to be using these products in different ways, so I don't really want anything else to take away the colour or the pigmentation of that. I just basically want to see what they look like first and then put other products on over the top. So the first product that I'm going to try is something that I'm very excited about. However, I don't know how often I will use this because the colour looks very different for me. So this is the Enchanted Night Eyeshadow and Blush Palette. Again, limited edition. It's 12 grams or 0.42 ounces. This is expensive because this retails for £71. And for an eyeshadow palette, that is quite expensive, but also it does say that you can use it as a blush. However, from the shades I don't think you can use everything as a blush, but it does look like it could be a versatile product. So I'm not really too sure what they were thinking about with the colour, because for me this isn't a Christmas colour collection. It's very different from anything else, so I'm glad that they have done something different to what they usually do, because it's always golds and blacks and silvers and a red lip, and that's pretty much what Chanel always do. And when I spoke to the sales associate, I think in September, I asked her if she'd seen anything on the Christmas collection, because there pretty much was nothing out in the social media universe. So I had absolutely no idea what this is going to be like, and all she said to me, she was like, so I can't say anything else, but it's going to be a big blush eyeshadow palette. And I was like, is it going to be any specific colours? She says, I can't tell you. I says, is it going to be gold? Is it going to be blacks like usual? She went, no. So on the website it says it has inspiration from the incandescent light of the aura borealis and the silver glimmer of a frosty snowflake when creating Enchanted Night. A palette of 4 new limited edition eyeshadow and blush shades featuring pearly satin finishes, a fuchsia pink, a silver top coat, a copper coral and a burnished purple brown with blue iridescent. So this looks like it's going to be something that can suit pretty much all different skin tones. You can use things as highlighters, you can use them as eyeshadows, and you can also use them as blushes. So I haven't actually seen this in person, but just opening up the palette, it looks absolutely stunning. Now this looks like a gorgeous palette. I don't know if it's like a holiday collection palette, but this is such a stunning palette. But it looks to me a little bit more to do with spring and summer. But they're so iridescent, they're so glittery, they're so beautiful. It's not picking up on camera how beautiful this is, because I feel like they look quite flat in the camera. I'm going to try and use it as a blush, and I'm going to try and use them as eyeshadows. But this is a massive palette, so if it is good quality, then it probably is worth the £71. So this is the size of this palette, and then a normal eyeshadow palette. So a beige one is this big, so you can see it is so much smaller. And then this one is a normal eyeshadow quad from Chanel. So again, this one is smaller than the Beige. So there is a massive difference between the two. So you can really see how big they are. So with the normal quads, you get 2 grams of products, and in here you get 12 grams of products. So because this is a versatile product, you actually save quite a lot of money if these shades are going to work for you than if you were to get a quad. So I feel like there is worth more for your money, if you know what I mean. I feel like this, if it works out good, it's probably going to be definitely worth the £70. The only thing that's annoyed me about this is that because it's an oversized product, you don't get a pouch of it, and I feel like that they could have really done a beautiful Christmas glittery pouch for this, and it probably would have looked a lot better. So that's the only thing. But I know that some people don't keep the pouches. I personally do, but you know, it is something just to note. Chanel tend to do really well with their shimmers and with their Beige palettes, but with their mattes, they're usually not the best. I honestly don't know what to do with this palette because I don't use purples and pinks on a daily basis. I tend to stick to sort of neutrals and browns. Let me do a quick swatch. Ooh, that is so nice. Okay, that is more like a peachy golden shade, if you can see. We're going to go in with the pink. I'll see what this looks like. I'm just using a fluffy brush. This is the one that I use for all of my eyeshadows. All of these are clean, and I want to use the same brushes that I usually use because I want to see what the pigmentation is like, how it blends, because I feel like if I use different brushes, it might end up looking different how it would with other brushes and with other eyeshadows that I usually use. So I'm just going to take a little bit on here so you can see that there is pink on there. And I'm just going to pop this in the crease. Oh, okay. So this pigmentation is a lot. So there is a lot there. I didn't really go into this that much, and there's already this much pigmentation. I like the shade of it as well. It's a very shimmery pop of pink, but I also feel like that if you use a light hand, you can have a sheer wash of colour to it. So I'm just going to pop this. Actually, I think I'm going to pop this all over the lid. And also in the crease. That's a very, very pretty pink there. I'm hoping that it's picking up on camera how shimmery and pretty it is. This is really nice. I can't see myself wearing this every single day because I usually don't like to do bright eyeshadow looks, but I feel like that if you want a pop of colour, this is really nice. And I feel like if you do like pinks and purples, this shade is really nice. There's also no fallout in the pan as well. And I've sort of swirled my brush in there twice now. This is really pretty. I like this shade, and I've actually only had to go in once on each eye, and it's this pigmented. It blends really nicely as well. I'm going to go in with the gold shade now, and I'm going to pop this all over the lid. Oh, okay. That is pigmented. I like how this gold sort of calms it down a little bit. So if you don't want the bright pink, this sort of is more of a neutral. Even though it's gold, it just, I feel like it sort of settles it down a little bit. I'm now going to go in with the purple, and I'm going to put this on the outer third because I want to deepen it up a little bit. I want to try and use as many colours as I can. So I'm going to take the purple. And then I'm just going to take a little bit more of the pink, and I'm just going to sort of make it pop a little bit in the crease. And then I'm going to take a little bit more of the gold and just pop it over the lid. So next I'm going to do my lower lash line, and I'm going to take the pink and purple and I'm going to mix them together and put it on the lower lash line. And then I'm going to take my little finger and take a little bit of this silver, and I'm just going to pop this on the inner corner. Oh, that is such a pretty topper. So I'm going to put that sort of in the inner third. I was going to put it in the corner, but because it's more of a topper, I feel like it's going to sort of bring it a little bit more together. Okay, so these eyeshadows are absolutely stunning. Now, would I wear this look out? No, because I don't really want a massively bold eye all the time. But I feel like that these shades are so highly pigmented. I didn't really have to use much of them. A little goes a very long way, and there's absolutely no fallout in the pan. And that's something that I love, because sometimes you can get very chalky eyeshadows and they can just sort of go everywhere. This, even though they're shimmery, there's literally nothing there. It's crazy. It's so good. So I do really like the formula of these, and I feel like that they work very, very well together. However, like I said, I wouldn't go out personally with the eyeshadow look. I wasn't too sure what I was going to create. I just wanted to use all of the eyeshadows. But looking in the mirror, it does look quite strong and quite out there. But I feel like it's done really well because I have used every single colour. I'm not going to use different transition shade because I feel like this doesn't really need it. The pink was pretty much transition shade anyway. I love the shimmer to these. I love the topper. The topper was actually really nice because I assumed that it was going to sort of just be like a silver eyeshadow, but the fact that it's an iridescent topper just creates so much more versatility with this. I feel like that I could easily use this shade with any eyeshadow. It's going to be something that I'm going to use this Christmas because it looks so pretty. So I'm going to go ahead, finish off the eyes, and then come back and then we'll try out some more products. Eyes are all finished and this is what it looks like, and I feel like it looks so beautiful. I love the way that you can see all the different colours. I love the topper, I love the pink, the gold, the purple, literally everything I love about this eyeshadow look. You can't see a massive amount of the purple, but that's because I didn't really want to deepen it up too much. I don't want it to look like it's something that you can't wear out, because I actually have to go out after this and I don't really want it to be too OTT. So that's just the reason why I didn't have too much colour on here, but I feel like it looks beautiful. I'm not sure if it's a holiday look, however the topper looks stunning and I will definitely be using that during the holidays. So the next product that I'm trying out is the highlighter. Now I don't have any blush on because I want to actually use that palette for it, but I want to see what the shimmer's like in this palette before I use the blush in the eyeshadow and blush palette, because I don't really feel like you can see what it's going to look like if the blush already has shimmer in it. So that's why I'm going to do the blush after I've done the highlighter. So this is the Diamond Dust Maxi Oversize Illuminating Powder, again limited edition. You get 15 grams of product in here, or 0.53 ounces. This is absolutely huge, but this again is £70, and I don't know what it is, but I feel like that even though it's probably worth its money considering how much product you get in here, I feel like putting a massive price point on some of their products because they're oversized is not really going to help the standard or average consumer that you have that goes for Chanel. Not everyone has a massive amount of money that can spend £70 on a product, so that's why I'm going to be testing this out and seeing if it's definitely worth the money. So again, it's absolutely massive and it's much bigger than the average size of their illuminating powders. I do have one that I had in a collection before, and it's only 10 grams of product, and then in here you get 15 grams, and I think the original normal size is about £50 to £60. So when it works out like that, it is worth the money to get the bigger size. So it does retail for £70, and on the website it says they drew inspiration from the glittering magic of winter when creating diamond dust. Housed in a generously sized compact, this power-infused peach pink illuminating powder is embossed with an icy snowflake and a double CC monogram. So it does say again face, eyes and décolleté that you can use it for. I do have to say, looking at this in person, it is absolutely stunning. It looks more gold than I thought it would look because it says it's more of a peachy, but I don't know if you can see, but that is what the shade looks like. I feel like it will suit so many skin tones. It's a very versatile product, which I like from Chanel, because sometimes they don't tend to do incredibly versatile products. Like with the full collection, the blushes were basically for super pale people, so I don't feel like that they had a lot of people that they could cater for that. But with this looks like this is going to look amazing on every single skin tone. I love the embossment in there as well, but I'm going to go ahead and try this out and see how shimmery it is and what it looks like, because it's one of those where I'm sort of thinking it could be very similar to the eyeshadow topper in the blush palette. So if it is similar, then you won't really need to pick this up because they could be exactly the same products. It doesn't say it's got a lot of pigmentation. I think it just seems like it's more of a highlighter topper from the website. I actually have two brushes that I'm going to use for the highlighter because I don't know which one is going to be the best one, because this is what I use for my highlighter. So I have this one from Real Techniques. I think it's a contour brush, but I don't use it for that. It's more dense. And then I have a fan brush from Real Techniques as well. Their brushes are so good. So I'm going to try this one first. So again, the reason why I don't have any blush or bronzer on is because I want to see what this highlighter looks like on its own. I don't want to ruin it. I'm going to go on the outside because I don't want to ruin the pattern. It's very glittery. There's a little bit of fallout in there, I'm not sure if you can see, but it is very glittery. Okay, this is literally glitter. This isn't a highlighter, this is glitter. I don't know if you can see it on camera. I'm really hoping this is picking up, but it literally looks like straight up glitter. That's quite disappointing because I genuinely thought that this would be like a highlighter with extra glitter in there. But it's not, it's literally just glitter. I'm going to actually see if I can take a video or a photo on my phone so you can see what it actually looks like. I've just taken this video, so I'm going to insert it right here, but that's actually really disappointing because I thought this was going to be a highlighter. To me, it is literally just glitter, and I feel like actually that's so weird because it looks like that's an overspray. Right, let's show you this. Right here, so that is where I just put my brush in. And you can see that it looks completely different from the rest. Is that an overspray of glitter? That is really strange. Let me pick some up on my finger. That's so weird because when you get into it, it's more of a highlighter. Right, let me try this again. I'm going to take it from exactly the same place that I've just taken the highlighter before that was an overspray. It looks a little bit more like a highlighter now, but it pretty much is just straight up glitter. Yeah, this is quite disappointing in all honesty. I see why they've done this because it is the holiday collection and it is, you know, Christmas and everything's sparkly. But this is a disappointment because this is just straight up glitter, and then when you get underneath, it doesn't add anything extra. So I have the blush palette again, and we're going to try out the pink shade and see what it looks like as a blush. The good thing is that if it's too OTT, and I have to go out, I can just sort of neutralise it down with a different blush, so that's absolutely fine by me. So the reason why I wanted to try this out is because I wanted to see what the shimmer was like on this after putting on the highlighter, so then we can see what the highlighter looks like, and we've just worked out that the highlighter is just basically glitter. So I'm using this brush, which is a Japanese brush. It's an angled blush brush. This is what I use all the time. I've used this or a duo fab brush. Both of them work amazing with every single blush that I have. So let's go in to the pink. I don't want to go too crazy. I'm going to put it on this cheek because this one has the glitter on already. That's actually really beautiful. That is so pretty as a blush, and the good thing is when it's on the cheek, it doesn't look like it's too glittery. I'm looking in the mirror that I have right behind here, and it doesn't look too glittery. It just looks sort of satin. It looks like a satin matte, which is nice. I like this. I feel like I might, when I go out, sort of cool this down with a little bit more of a more neutral pink blush, because this to me is a little bit overpowering. But that is really, really nice. Blends really nicely. I feel like it does look better as an eyeshadow, but I do like where they're going with using it as a blush as well. Yeah, that is really nice. That is very, very pretty. Blends very nicely as well. I'm now going to try another one of them and use it as a highlighter. So I'm actually going to go in. Ooh, what do I do? Is that gold going to be too dark? I don't know if that gold's going to be too dark, but we're going to try it out anyway. And then if it is too dark, I can just go in with a completely different highlighter. So I'm going to use my fan brush. So with a fan brush, or if it's this shade, I don't know what it is, it actually kicks up quite a bit of fallout, if you can see. So I don't know if it's the brush that I'm using or if it's actually the formula. So let's go on the cheeks. Oh, that's actually really nice. Sorry, again, I'm looking in the mirror. That is very pretty. However, I do feel like this might be a little bit too dark for me. But that is how you do a highlighter. If that other highlighter had the pigmentation that this had, it would be perfect. Because I feel like that this is what that highlighter wanted to be. So for me, I actually feel like that you can get a much better look by using this blush than using that highlighter. Like, there is a massive difference. So this one is a blush and highlighter together. So again, with the pink, it looked a little bit like a satin matte, so you didn't really see much highlighter. And the highlighter is pretty much all the gold. Right, so I'm going to grab a little bit of the silver topper on the fan brush. Oh, that makes it at another level. That is so pretty. Now this to me is what the Christmas collection should be. Lots of glitter, lots of highlighter. I'm shocked because I didn't think I would like this palette, but this is a very good versatile palette. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead, finish off the rest of my makeup, and then come back, show you what it looks like, and let you know what I'd recommend and what I wouldn't. So I finished off my makeup and this is what it looks like, and I feel like it looks so good. Now for my lips, I did want to also add on a little bit more of glitter. So I actually used this from Boots No. 7, and it's the Starry Night lipstick. This is so beautiful. It is like a nude, but then it also has gold flecks in there as well. Now some people are saying that's an overspray. I've actually had this since last year. I've used it quite a few times and there's still glitter on the inside of it. It looks so good. I feel like it pairs very well with the crazy eyes and then also with the bold cheeks as well. So I feel like this looks really good together. And then my lip liner is just one from NYX, which I'll link down below for you as well. So this is what it looks like. I feel like that it looks so beautiful, so pretty, so put together. And I'm actually baffled because I didn't think it would look this good. Thought I would hate the blush and eyeshadow palette, and I thought I'd really like the highlighter, but in all honesty it's actually the complete opposite. So just to get it out of the way, the highlighter, I do not like this. This is an overspray. Once you get the overspray, there's literally nothing underneath. It's not like a highlighter at all. It's just a tiny bit of powder and pretty much does nothing. So I feel like that it could be used as a setting powder after you've used the overspray. So I don't like this. I don't feel like it's worth the £70. Yes, it's oversized. Yes, it's beautiful. If you're a collector, you'll probably really like it and you're probably going to get it anyway because of how pretty the embossment is on there. But for me, because I know how expensive products are and I know how cheap you can get products that are similar, I don't think this is worth the money. I feel like you can get so many other highlighters that look very similar but better, that are much more affordable. The REM Beauty highlighter is my favourite. The Miss Mercury one, I use it all the time. I love it. I feel like that is a better version of what this should have been, and that is much more affordable. So it's pretty, but it's not worth the money. That's just my opinion. If you like it, then I'm so glad that you like it, and if you can get it to work, then I'm glad that you can. But for me, because I know how expensive this is for the average consumer, don't waste your money on it. I just think it's not worth the money. So the other product that I tried out is the eyeshadow palette, the Enchanted Night. I thought I was going to hate this because I saw the shades on the website and I was like, I'm not going to use half those shades. It's just going to be a product that's just going to sit in my makeup collection and not get used. This is a very good product because I feel like you can use it for the eyes. You can also use it for the cheeks. So just bear in mind that when I was using the pink for the cheek, it did take a few tries to go over it just because it's not as pigmented as a blush should be. This is more like an eyeshadow formula. So if you're using it as a blush, you will need to build it up a little bit. However, look at that colour, look at that glow from this shade. These two for highlighter, stunning. This isn't too dark for my skin tone, but this can work for loads of different skin tones. This is great as a topper because you can use it as eyes and then you can also use it as highlighter, and on both sides it looked so good. And the purple is stunning. I can't use it as blush, but for eyeshadow I will be using this. This, like I said, would be perfect for anyone with a deeper skin tone. So every single shade in here is highly pigmented. It looks beautiful on the eyes, beautiful on the skin. And this to me is worth the £70. If you only wanted to get one or you only had the money for one, I'd recommend going ahead and getting this because this is more for your money because you have 4 different shades. You can use them for so many different things. Pigmentation is there, blendability is there, everything is there. I'm shocked. I really, really like this. I can see myself using this a lot. It looks so good on the eyes, also on the cheeks, so look at the highlighter. So that's what I picked up from the Chanel Holiday collection. They do have loads of lip products that are available. I think they also have some eyeliners as well. I didn't pick up the eyeliners just because my eyeliners, I go for the same one. I use a Rare Beauty one or I use a Primark one. Those are my go-tos. I really like them and I know how they work. With Chanel, I've never tried their eyeliners before, so I don't know if it's going to be a different formula or if it's just going to be a different colour. So I didn't pick up any of those. And also the lipsticks, they had so many of them. They have the new formula, which I think is called L'Extrait. I haven't tried that before because I feel like that is so expensive for a lipstick. But I did see when Erin Nicole did her original video on those, she was saying that it wasn't really worth the money. You might as well just get a normal one from Chanel anyway. So I didn't pick up any of those. There was a shade that I thought was absolutely beautiful, and it was like a pinky rose shade. And I was thinking about getting it, but then when I saw what the formula was like, I didn't go ahead and get that one. And then they also have the lip lacquer ones as well. I didn't end up getting any of those. One of the shades was beautiful, however, A, I knew I wasn't going to use it, and B, I have a couple of them in my makeup collection and I just don't use them. So I knew that I wouldn't use it, so I didn't really want to buy it for the purpose of doing the video. But you can see swatches online and you can see other people's videos of using the lipsticks, but I just didn't pick those up. I wanted to pick up the two pieces that I thought I would use a lot and get the most use out of, which is what I'm going to do. So anyway, this is my review of the Chanel Holiday 2024 collection. If there's anything that you like from the collection or anything that you didn't, just comment down below to let me know. So if you have the same opinion as me, or if you have a completely different opinion to me on any of these products that I tested out today, just comment down below as well to let me know. And make sure to give this video a very big thumbs up and subscribe to my channel, and I will see you in my next video, guys. Bye!